Another cooking video. Hello. Where's the camera? Hi. What's up? Okay, so I'm making chili today, but I'm making it my style, how I like to make it. Okay, turn the oven, not the oven, the stove. That's what that is. Stove's on. There's a little bit of olive oil in this pot. I'm gonna add some onion. One whole onion, chopped up. I don't know what you would call that. There's like different names for how to chop stuff. I just chopped it kind of messily. I don't really... Like, I know how to cook, but like I don't. You know what I mean? Okay. Stir this up. Is this one? Yeah. It's funny. I love doing these cooking videos in drag. And it's like, my dad will call me at the end of the day and he'll be like, oh, did you dress up today? I know how much you love to dress up. That's what he calls it. Like when I do drag, he calls it dressing up. I think that's like an old school thing, maybe, but it's so adorable. He thinks I like doing this. That's what he always says, because he'll be like, oh, well, I know you like to dress up. No, Dad. No, I don't like to dress up. You think I like putting a pound of mud on my face in this uncomfortable tit situation in the wig? You think I like doing that? No. It's the only way I can get people to pay attention to me. Actually. I've been making comedy videos now for like 2 years, and no one ever gave a shit until I put a wig on. Okay? That's why. Not because I fucking enjoy doing drag. Anyway, drag is a sacred art. Sure, whatever. Okay. Damn it. Oh, whatever. Set that down there. I'm only going to cook the onions for like a couple minutes. Usually I would cook these for a super long time, but to make this chili, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let them soften for just a second, and then I'm going to add some of this garlic, this minced garlic. Well, it's chopped garlic. I find that I have to add a lot of this. I think when the garlic comes sitting in loose water like that, obviously it's loose water, I don't know what that even means. You know what I mean? When it comes sitting in water, I think the water pulls out a lot of the flavor. And so it kind of is weaker garlic because of that. But I always have to add more of that. Okay. And I'm going to be doing some video editing magic for this. I don't know how, but I'm going to try. Cook the garlic. That get nice and, I don't know, whatever. So I am about to use a couple things that are a little past date, but it'll be fine. It's from a can. Canned stuff doesn't go bad. I'm convinced of that. My mother says that you know when something in a can is bad because it'll be like, the can will be like swollen, which, I don't know, I guess you gotta trust an old lady's wisdom, but, or else you get in trouble with fucking your aunt. Anyway. I'm going to add a can of diced tomatoes. I usually add 2 cans of diced tomatoes, but I only have 1 can. Oh, damn it. I'm also going to add a can of tomato paste. I need a can opener. And a butter knife. Here it is. Okay. Okay. Into the pot goes the tomato paste. I don't usually add tomato paste to this, but since I only had 1 can of diced tomatoes, I thought it might do something. I'm sure it's all going to taste good, but it seemed like a good idea. I don't know if I should add all of this or just a little bit, but I'll just add, I'll do it by ear. I'll just add all of it. That couldn't hurt. I'm sure it'll taste fine. Mix this up. Oh, this doesn't look right. It smells good. Need a plate. I got this really cute, I think it's ceramic, microwavable and dishwasher safe. I got it at Dollar Tree. I think it was like $1.25. It's so nice for something that was so cheap. Anyway. Now I'm going to add corn. I'm not going to drain this because I actually want some extra liquid in here. Now this expired, only a couple months ago. So this is still, that's not bad. That's fine. This isn't working. Don't you hate when you're like using a can opener and you know you're doing it the right way, but for some reason it just won't work? Okay. In goes the corn. I don't usually add black beans to my chili. I do love black beans, but I don't put them in my chili. I might today, though. Who knows? Let me mix this up. Okay, now for the seasonings. I'm going to add 1 bay leaf, or I think half of one. I'm going to add some cumin. Now, I learned the hard way that cumin is really strong. It really just takes a tiny bit of it. I remember once I got a can of chili mac. I forget what brand it was, but I could tell they put way too much cumin in it, in that can of chili, whatever it was. Some cayenne pepper. I like my chili really spicy. You got some black pepper, some of that. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use chili powder. What is in this? Chili pepper, spices, salt, I don't know. I have no clue what's in this. Salt is in this, what? Oh, I didn't know that. And garlic. Okay, well, good to know. I'll try to go easy on the salt when I add that later. And then some crushed red pepper. Good helping with that. Man, I'm going to be sweating from this. Oh, and the beef. And once again, I'm using ground beef that is a questionable color, but it's all I have. I've been letting this one defrost for a while. That is the fun. Look at that. The inside still, yeah, the inside looks fine. So I'm going to take this and crumble it into the chili. I mean, if I just put it in like this, it would cook in just one big glob of beef. So I can't do that. I'm going to crumble it into the chili. This is disgusting. I absolutely despise having to touch raw meat. I mean, this is like sick. This is sick shit. Have you ever thought about that? Like us as human people, we're supposed to be the most intelligent life in the universe. And we still kill and eat animals. Like, I could never kill an animal myself, but I could have a hillbilly redneck do it for me, which is what I do now. I could never do it myself, but I could have someone else do it for me. Because I'd be looking into the animal's eyes, and I'd feel so bad, and I wouldn't want to eat it. Okay, this is just frozen, so I'm just going to plop that in there. Thank God for rednecks. They do what we cannot. Germs. Use some soup. And I'm gonna let this cook for a little while. I'm gonna let this cook for a little while. I'm gonna add some more water to it, maybe once or twice, just to give it some more moisture and so the ingredients can kind of come together more. Actually, I think I need to add more water to it right now, because this isn't enough. The tomato paste kind of thickened it. What's this? Now I'm going to let this cook, and I'm going to let some of the water evaporate, and I'm going to let all the flavors infuse together. And once it gets to a certain point, I'm going to add some buckwheat. Now, the reason I add buckwheat is because it makes me feel like I'm being healthier, I guess, even though I just used 80-20 beef and just a bunch of shit. But the buckwheat is like a whole grain, and it makes me feel like it's a little healthier. So this is technically beef and buckwheat chili. So anyway, and this is where the video editing comes in. Watch this. Here I am, and okay, if you're seeing this, then I figured out how to edit. Okay, now, so this has been cooking for a little while. I just added some salt to it. That you didn't see that part. I added a little bit of salt. Or, let's be real, I added a lot of salt. I like my food really salty. I think it's because I don't taste anything anymore, because I'm such a heavy smoker and drinker. Now the buckwheat is right here. Okay. So this is buckwheat from Bob's Red Mill, and we all know that's a good brand. They are so like full of themselves over there at Bob's Red Mill. I'm just gonna eyeball this. Whatever. And this takes like 10 to 15 minutes to cook in the chili. I'm gonna add a good amount of it because, man, I'm gonna be shitting my brains out from this. All the chili powder and the peppers and the spices and the buckwheat, the corn. I'm gonna take a giant load. Anyway, and I'm gonna add a little bit more water. This will help the buckwheat cook. Okay. I'm thinking about adding some green beans to this. I try to make chili as healthy as I can, so I add buckwheat and I usually do add green beans to it. A can of green beans. I might do that. Should I? Oh yeah, why not? I have a can that I really have to use anyway. This expired also this past December. What is all this shit all over this? It looks like sugar. Okay. I'm gonna add a can of green beans. So this is healthy chili. Shit. Oh god, did I just break that? No. Okay. This isn't, I'm not bullshitting you. I usually actually make chili this way. The only thing I've done differently so far is I put tomato paste in it, which I don't usually do. I don't usually drain the vegetables, but I will now. My kitchen is a fucking, looks like a tornado hit it. Okay. I think I'm going to give some of this chili to my dad. I might like that. Okay, now I'm going to set a timer on my microwave for 15 minutes. Do you guys like the timer on the microwave? I use the timer on my microwave for so many things. I use it for, like, you know, keeping track of how long I'm exercising. I use it to time myself when I use mouthwash, because you're supposed to use mouthwash for a minute. I set a timer after I use mouthwash to let me know when I can have food or drink again. I use my timer for everything. I use the timer on my microwave more than I do the one on my phone or tablet. Anyway, alright. And here comes more video editing. Be right back. I have terrible news, you guys. I just got robbed. And they stole my look. I'm just kidding. I felt so disgusting. I had to take that stuff off. But I'm in the same outfit. Cute, right? This used to be a t-shirt. It was too tight for me when I bought it. And it's even more tight on me now that I've gained some weight. No longer in drag. But that's okay. You got me for a little while. And now you're going to have to take me the way God created me. Although if I was doing that, I'd have to be naked. Anyway. So the buckwheat is going to be done in 5 minutes. Hi. So the timer is going to go off soon. I just have to fish out this bay leaf. And that means the buckwheat is done. The timer is going to go off in like 20 seconds. I thought I would have to let this cook longer to evaporate more of the moisture, but it's actually a pretty good consistency now. And the timer is about to go off. I'll just shut that off because it's like 3 seconds left. Okay. Turn off the heat. And it's done. Aha. Now, I'm not going to eat a lot of this right now. I'm just going to try it. This good-for-nothing little ladle. This came with a set of other utensils. Look how tiny that is. What am I supposed to do with this? Except for, like, taste testing and shit like this. Okay. A little bit right there. Might have to add something to this, but it's probably fine. This bite has a little bit of beef and corn. It's okay. This is missing something. Hang on. Oh, it's actually really good. What does this need? It needs something. You know what? I'm gonna leave this the way it is. It is delicious, but I think I just spit. I think it needs a little bit more cumin because I'm always so cautious when I put that in. I don't think I added enough of that. But I'm just going to keep it the way it is. Alright, bye. And I promise next time I'll stay and drag the whole video. Bye. Subscribe.